What's up, everybody? Welcome back to By the Book Bonus Bets. McDonald, Nejad here. And things are starting. We're getting into a stretch run when it comes to the AFC and NFC playoff picture. But with some of the chips falling in Week 11, we thought, let's look towards Week 12, towards the rest of the season. Let's look at the AFC playoff picture and the conference odds picture, because I think when we look at conference winners, we see some familiar names at the top.
Yeah.
Let's do pretender, contender on each of these. And let's start with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meg, we're going to go down the board a little bit here. Rapid fire. Pretender or contender? Plus 215, by the way, Kansas City Chiefs.
I hate to say it because the Chiefs continue to keep getting away with one. I know they have a loss versus Buffalo on the road this past week, but that was still a tight game regardless, right? It was coming down to the wire in the fourth quarter. I think you have to say they're contenders no matter what, because you can give Patrick Mahomes 20 seconds in the fourth quarter. He's down a touchdown. He's probably tying it up no matter what. So the record speaks for itself. I know they keep getting away with one, but I have to say contender.
I'm going pretender. I'm just going to go off the board a little bit here. I think their defense has taken some hits with the injuries. I don't know what their offense is going to look like, but it hasn't looked great all season. Listen, obviously they are Super Bowl viable, but they're plus 215. I have no interest in these. And I'm not saying you do. I have no interest in these conference winner futures. Let's go to the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills, pretender or contender?
Contender.
Yeah,
I think
contender.
If Josh Allen is healthy, he's just a menace. He's a game changer on offense. He can run the football. He can throw. I think the Super Bowl picture is open no matter what if Josh Allen is under center.
Totally agree.
Contender.
And when this Bills wide receiver group gets healthy, Josh Allen's going to be even more dangerous. He's probably going to be the MVP. Those odds got real short on Josh Allen as of today. Baltimore Ravens, pretender or contender? Pretender.
Yeah. Only in this
Defense?
conference. I mean, at this point, they can't beat the Chiefs or the Steelers.
Yeah.
I know we can talk about it all we want, and the game versus the Steelers and how Mike Tomlin as an underdog and all of the narratives that go into that rivalry. Well, guess what? Lamar Jackson keeps losing.
Yeah.
And if he can't get by two of the top four teams in the conference, then I'm going to say pretender. I'm sorry, Jesse. Justin Tucker is a liability.
All right, we're going to move on, but I will say contender, because when they're playing their optimal game, especially in the colder months, they will start to chip away at some of these teams, I think.
Gotta have a kicker who can make field goals.
Yes, Justin Tucker, not the best season for him. Pittsburgh Steelers, pretender or contender?
I'm saying contender.
Yeah, I'm going to go with pretender on the Steelers.
I think the defense alone will keep this team in every single game, and Mike Tomlin, quite frankly, can win football games because of his head.
Okay. Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, listen, that was impressive against Cincinnati last night, even though Cincinnati did come back. Good defense, great quarterback, healthy quarterback. What are your thoughts?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not quite yet. I love Harbaugh. Don't get me wrong. What he did at Michigan was awesome, and I think he is that guy. Right? We talk about the Chargers and they're just going to charge. And similar to the Jets. The Jets are going to jet, the Chargers are going to charge until they don't. And now they're not. So not yet am I willing to say that they're contenders, but the future's bright.
So I will say contender on the Chargers. And
this
here's
year?
the thing.
No, you don't.
No, I like the number plus 1,200, but regardless of the number, I think Justin Herbert, we're seeing him have an actual healthy season. This guy, I think, is going to move up in our QB rankings. I think they got a stout defense. Kansas City Chiefs, what if they face them in the playoffs? Do we know Kansas City's winning that game? I don't think so. All right, a couple more before we get out of here. I mean, listen, I don't know that we can look at the Broncos and the Bengals, Dolphins, and Colts as actual contenders, but how about the Houston Texans? Now Nico Collins is back, plus 1,300, pretender or contender?
I think we got a little too indulgent with C.J. Stroud last season, and we got a little too excited too quick. Nico Collins returning changes this offense. Don't get me wrong, because C.J. Stroud's a different quarterback when Nico Collins is on the field, but they're not there yet. And quite frankly, if we go down the board, the Bengals are the worst good team in the National Football League.
Yes. I'll say this about the Miami Dolphins, 40-1. I mean, listen, they might make the playoffs. There's still a long shot to make the playoffs, but nice little schedule. Don't forget, they almost beat the Bills in Buffalo 2 weeks ago. Okay, before we wrap this segment up, let's talk about if you had to choose one of these with odds considered, with AFC Conference winner futures considered, what would be the team you'd actually lay some money on?
Bills.
Yeah, Bills at plus 275.
Chiefs don't look good.
I agree with the Bills at plus 275.
I don't hate the Steelers either.
Okay, so I'm going to go Bills plus 275 with a little sprinkle
On
the Chargers at plus 1,200.
I don't hate that. You know what? I had like a plus 165 ticket on the Chargers to make the playoffs weeks ago, and that's looking pretty darn good.
Yes, and I have a plus 1,000 on J.K. Dobbins Comeback Player of the Year that we did on Buy the Book bonus bets some time ago. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch Buy the Book bonus bets on Monumental Plus, and of course, Buy the Book every single Monday through Friday at 5:30. It's always Meg, it's always Sia, and we're always here with the picks that you need to cash up. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you on the next one.